Let's see if I can put a little logic on this fast food strike today, because it's completely beyond ridiculous, to be honest. Now, let's see. You want $15 an hour and the right to organize because your job is so difficult. Now, let me explain something to you about the fast food job. That is an entry level position, it is the bottom of the food chain. But you do have the right to try to organize it and you into a union, and you do have the right to demand those higher wages in the United States. Now, the difficulty of organizing such a union, because you're dealing with multiple franchises, and therefore you would have to organize each and every single location. Of course, many locations are owned by an organization or a single person that will own multiple franchises. So if you could just go ahead and organize somebody that has 10 franchises, that would make life a little bit simpler for you. And also there's corporate stores, which you could organize the corporation as a single entity. But you would not be able to nail each and every single franchise just from this pathetic effort to garner national support. But for the sake of argument, let's just go ahead and say that it's effective, that you are able to organize, that you are able to get your $15 an hour you want. Now, since it's not a national minimum wage increase, it really will not affect the overall situation of the country. It will, however, affect the microcosm that is this entry-level position, which it will no longer become an entry-level position. Because people that are not interested in making $7, $8, $9 an hour will suddenly become interested in making $15 an hour. They will have a better resume. They will have better education. They will have better experience. They will force you from your entry level potential position. Because an employer will no longer be interested in the person that has a bad work history or no work history. Now they will be interested in the person that has, well, they would always be interested in the best potential candidate, but the best potential candidate will increase the proportion of applicants, because all of a sudden now it's a $15 an hour job. It's no longer an $8 an hour job, it's a $15 an hour job. So people are going to naturally, people that were making $10 an hour doing something else will suddenly want to go over and make $15 an hour. People that are running owning small family owned businesses will decide, well, hell, if me, my wife, both quit doing our job and just close up our restaurant, we can go over work at Mickey D's, and between us, that's $30 an hour. And you go ahead and do the math on that. If they work 40 hours a week, $30 an hour, that's $1,200 a week. That is probably damn near what they make on a good week anyways. So now you're going to deal with people who, prior to this, were successful business people. But there's also the fact that by increasing the cost of labor, you are going to have businesses trying to cut corners and expenses everywhere they can. They will bring in more and more automation to cut down on the number of people. There will always be loopholes in there for part-time employees or for under 18. So now you're going to have also where these companies will not be interested in hiring anyone over 18, because they would have to pay union scale wages to that person who is over 18. So they're going to want to hire more under 18 people. So once again, you're going to end up in a situation where these employers are not going to want to hire you. They're going to want to replace you with automated equipment. And it's still going to increase the cost of the food. Now, the reason why there's so much fast food out there is because Americans are such hard workers. And the reason why Americans eat fast food is because it is simpler and it is cheaper to make, to just stop at a fast food restaurant than it is to make a homemade meal. Now, you're going to end up with a situation where the costs go up, that it's either the same or it's actually more expensive to eat at a fast food restaurant than it is to have a home cooked meal. Because that is how it used to be when I was growing up. It was more expensive for my family to eat at McDonald's than it was for my mother to cook dinner. So whenever we did eat out, it was a treat. You're going to bring back that time, and that's going to cause sales to drop, and it's going to cause a lot of these businesses to close, which is going to lessen the demand even more for your unskilled labor. Do you people not understand economics? Do you not understand the basic premise of supply and demand and the effect that your ridiculous demands cause? Do you not even, and this is not for the union organizers that are telling these people all these lies. No, this particular comment is directed to all of you people that have bought into the lies from the union organizers. Do you realize they are using you? They don't give a damn about you. They are using you. They want to use you and your sob stories for free publicity. They want to use your labor. They want to use your labor. Because your labor, you'll have to pay them union dues. And you will empower them. You will give them power because your money will be taken automatically out of your paycheck, which it's usually the equivalent of 2 hours a month. 2 hours a month isn't that much to pay for such a massive pay increase, really? But what if you only work right now you're working 30 hours a week, and all of a sudden you get cut down to 10 hours a week? Guess what? You still got to pay your full union dues every month if you want to be an active member in the union. And as they demand more and more benefits, there's going to be less and less demand for you. So, try to improve yourself. The reason why you're getting minimum wage is because those jobs are not supposed to be a career. They're an entry-level position. They help build up your resume. They help show that you can have a decent work history. You can make it to work on time. You can be trusted with money. You can. It's not none of this you can't, that you have to rely on somebody else to do something for you. You can do things on your own. It's all about the individual and making yourself look good. If you stay in one of those jobs and you never move up to management, you never move beyond the cash register, you never move beyond flipping hamburgers, then there's something wrong with yourself, and you need to take a long look at yourself. And don't be blaming others. It's time to improve your skill set. It's time to improve your value to a company. Because then you can move forward. You are responsible for your own value to an organization. And if an organization does not want to pay you what you're worth, and you are worth more money, then you go shopping elsewhere. You are the commodity. Excuse me. You are your own commodity. You go out there and you pound the pavement and you find somebody that is willing to pay you for what you are worth. That is capitalism. That is the American way. Self-responsibility. Get used to it. The SEIU is just using you because they want more power. And by blinding you with 15 an hour as a promise, that they can't keep. Think about it, people.